Hello. Yesterday I made a video showing off my new Floating Islands data pack update where I made the land a lot more open and the oceans actually look cool and kind of, more oceany. Anyways, but before that I landed on a couple of these prototypes and I think they are very cool. They just have a couple of issues that I'll go into shortly on why I didn't use them instead. Um, the first main issue is the fact that when you have such open space, like in this section right here, um, there will be a lot of structures that spawn just directly into the void and get cut off. There is basically no easy way to do this, except for using a mod. However, I haven't modded anything in Minecraft before. I've only, done command blocks, data pack stuff. So that's kind of out of my reach right now, but I do really want to learn how to mod just so I can continue this project some more. I've been having a lot of fun with world generation, and it's really cool. I wish Minecraft actually had this on its own, but that's what the modding community is for. That's what the data pack community is for, to um, create your vision in Minecraft, even if, they won't do it for you, because that's the ultimate goal of Minecraft, to have like a creative platform to kind of express yourself sometimes, whether it be through building or modding. Anyways, this first world, it's a really good contender in my opinion. I would change a couple of things about the terrain, and maybe the spacing, but I really like how this looks. I mean, like the big openness of it, it's really fun, um, and I like it. And I like the size of the islands too. I think it's very appropriate. Um, some of the other um, parts in this video will be a little more strange, but it's always fun to see things like that. I may end up releasing some of these just so people can play around with it, even if the structures are messed up. I should have timestamps in the description for different world generation types, so you can skip around that if you want to do that, and just see all the variants. Here, we have a new type of world generation. It looks kind of similar to the old one, to the other one, except the world is a lot more spread out and the islands are more small to medium size, which I think is also very fun. Um, I do really like this one too, just because of how spacious it seems, and also like all the cool shapes and the vertical height really makes it feel immersive. This next one is very dense compared to the other two. As you can see, there are islands everywhere, and they're very sprawling. It's almost like a, I don't know, maybe a spider web, but spider webs usually aren't that thick. Um, I mean, it's really cool. I mean, the amount of variation you can put like, um, on all of these like worlds is just ridiculous because there are dozens and dozens and dozens of numbers and variables associated with everything you're seeing here. Because there's different noises, and then you can configure noises, and then you can configure the configuring of the noises because you can create like if-else statements in the noise. You can have mins and maxes. You can really make the terrain just completely like crazy. But the real issue is just finding what actually makes terrain. Because early in my testing, I literally had worlds that was just a bunch of blocks spaced out, kind of like SkyGrid, but like more chaotic. Um, that's not in this video though. I might post that if anyone's interested, but it was just kind of crazy, and also the compression on YouTube would probably make it turn to shit. I do have a video um, or I do have a clip on here that is similar, but it's got some uniqueness to it that I just really wanted to show off because I thought it was cool. You'll see that in a second. But anyways, this one, this next one is one of my favorites. I like to call this like I don't know exactly what to call it, but I've been like calling it kind of like infinite skyblock in my head because all the islands are very small and they're pretty spaced out, but it's almost like they're like skyblock sized for the most part. It's just really cool. Also there's a stronghold there. Um, but yeah, I mean, just imagine playing on this world. Like it's it'd pretty much be like skyblock, but like there's more than one island. So you could literally get everything in normal vanilla, technically, except it's just so crazy. It's a lot harder. This is like the main inspiration for the mod. The second inspiration is the first clip that I showed, because those large islands look really good, and I feel they would be very nice for like a floating island style. But this is a huge, cause like this is so crazy. I mean, come on. Um, like imagine this, but like with like floating villages and like floating, I guess mansions too. Um, all the structures like actually floating properly. Like imagine that. That would be so cool. Um, because it isn't, it's 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 just because it isn't, I haven't released it, but if more people want to try it, I will try to make some of the structures float, and then all the ones that won't work, I will just get rid of. Um, maybe, if they're like not necessary. Like, something like an igloo. Igloos, no. Like, what do you need an igloo for? Free zombie villager cure? It's gonna be on the bottom of the world for the most part. And that's what I could do as like a temporary solution. But once I learn how to mod properly, all I would have to do is change the like height where some structures generate. You can't do that with a data pack. With some of the vanilla structures. Others you can change, but yeah, yeah, I mean, this is just really cool. This rule generation here though is very strange. This was one of my very early tests, and essentially all it is like solid terrain everywhere, but it has holes in it. So this is literally like a Swiss cheese world, and it's very cool. Um, The top is kind of boring, as you'll see in a second if you didn't already see. It's just pretty much flat, with like kind of, I guess, divots in the terrain from where all the holes are. But yeah, I just thought this was really cool, and I thought I'd share it even if it isn't like proper world generation style. This next one is a cooler variant of the last one. As you can see here, it looks pretty dense and tight, with the terrain. But then, as you start to go more this way, the noise changes completely. And so you start to just get all these small floating islands everywhere. Um, I really wonder how YouTube's gonna deal with the compression here, but I just thought this like kind of noise gradient was like just really cool to see, because like, I mean, you could have kind of like really closed in areas, or like you could make a world set that has like this kind of sparse terrain and then has like the big floating islands. But um yeah, I mean, this is also what made me try to look for the Skyblock one, because I thought that was this is what made me look for the Skyblock ones, because I realized that if I could create them here, I could create a whole world with them. This last one is just another interesting one, more experimental. All the islands are very, very vertical. It's like almost the opposite of one of the ones I showed earlier, where it was more flat. This one has like a ton of depth to it, but not very much like area at the top. And so it creates this very, very cool terrain. Um, it would almost be cool to see this in like a normal Minecraft world, but like just like floating over regular terrain sometimes, like in like certain biomes, maybe certain like biome variants, I guess. But yeah, that would be just really cool to have. Um, maybe, I don't know. A lot of this stuff is just like really cool to see, and it really makes you think what all you could do with world generation. And I guess that's what I'll be messing about with. For a bit, because I've already been messing around with this for so long. I'm too deep into it. I've gotta mess around some more, but um, yeah, I'm really excited to see what I can end up doing with a mod, um, just to see how much more I can change. But yeah, all right, I think that's gonna be it. I'll see you later.